So here's my 2016, the worst year they made, 3rd gen Tacoma, according to some people. And I wanted to do an update on this thing. I'm at 220,000 miles, and I wanted to just make another update on it to share with all you guys my experience so far with this truck. And since the last video, I did have some issues, but it wasn't anything major at first. I thought it was. I'll get into that later in the video. But first off, I just want to kind of go over the truck. Like, people probably think, oh, it's 220,000 miles. Cool, you made it that far. The truck's probably on its last leg, you know, it's wore out. It's, you know, basically close to being a piece of junk. But that's not the case at all. So through the video, I'll put in some video clips of driving it. Like, people might be like, oh, well, you probably baby it. That's probably how you got it to 220,000. And I promise you, I don't baby this truck. I have it tuned, and I'm not afraid to rev it to 7,000, and it likes it. And it has zero issues, doesn't burn any oil whatsoever. And it's like, oh, well, this thing's probably doesn't drive as good as it used to. Well, that's not true either. The thing drives great, feels like a brand new truck still. These tires on it are AT3s, and I'm about to get the AT4s on it here real shortly in the next week. And after that, it's going to Toyota for the paint issue with that. And I went over this in other videos, I think. But with that issue, they're going to repaint basically the whole truck from the bed forward, from what it sounds like. So this thing will be looking brand new again. Other than that, the paint isn't that good on it because I haven't been waxing it or anything, because I know they're gonna have to strip all that off of it to repaint it and stuff. So it's pretty much a waste of my time. So I've been basically just washing it at the car wash, calling it a day. So that's that. So basically in the next month or two, when they take it and I get it back, this thing's gonna look brand new again. And that's another thing. People might think, oh, well, how's the interior holding up? You know, that thing's got to be like pretty not that nice by now. And it's like, not really. And people probably think too, oh, well, what do? Like, treat it like it's a piece of glass and like be real easy on it? No, I pull a utility trailer with it all the time over there, and I haul all my lawn equipment in it, and I do lawn care when I'm not working at my regular job. And this thing has a trailer behind it a lot. We're getting in and out of this thing dirty. The seats have held up great. Besides, I mean, I've seen some with probably less than a third of the miles of this truck that look about the same as this. So this side bolstering here, the foam is getting a little bit worn down. But the truck also is on 32.2, 275, 70, 17. So it's got the Fox shocks off of a TRD Pro on it, the internal bypass 2.5, so it sits a little higher than stock. So a lot of that's probably attributed to me sliding in and out of it, because I usually just like sit down, you know, on it like that. So getting in and out of this thing a lot. But I mean, you can even look in the door jambs of this thing. That's why I wanted to make this video today, because I just cleaned this thing up. But just take a gander here. I mean, the floor mats, this did have these as an option from the factory, and the floor mats. And this also has the screen in it. So I'll fire it up real quick. But when you start it up, it's got the, I think it's called the tech package this thing had. It has the floor mats, the tech package. So all that stuff really helped make this thing feel a little more modern, even though it is a 16. So, that's that. The interior, though, other than that, as you can see, the door panels are like almost in perfect shape. And like, I use this thing and had a lot of people in this thing. And you know, some people aren't the easiest on cars. They slide their pocketbooks off of everything and all that. I mean, you can see it's white, so you can see literally like every defect on it, which it's not bad. So that's the door panels, or the door jambs. And then here you can see the dash is still nice. people said the material in these are not as nice as second gens, and I've had a couple of them, and I really feel like, see, that's about how the bolster's supposed to look. The interior in this is just as good, if not stronger than a second gen. It's as strong and it's nicer. So there's just so much people out there on the second gen pages that I'd like to just address in this video, like, that haven't even experienced what one of these trucks is like. They like write it off because they're like, oh, it's a junk 3.5 whatever, you know, and it's not the case. Like, this truck has been great. You put a tune on this thing, like, that is all you need is a tune. The truck is a solid running, gets better gas mileage than a second gen. It has more power than a second gen with a tune. The only thing it doesn't have that the second gen has over it is the little bit more torque from probably idle to 1500 RPMs. After 1500 RPMs with one of these tuned, it'll pull away from any second gen out there on the road that's a, you know, a stock truck. It's just, these people just don't want to accept the reality of, this is, with a tune, these things are a different truck. Like, the stock tune's terrible on them, and that's all they need is a tune. So just keep that in mind if you're in the market for one. I don't know, some people might be watching this looking to buy one. Some people might be watching this wondering maybe how their truck will be, you know, once it hits this kind of mileage. So the bed, I haul my Harley right here, which it's a Dyna, 636 pounds, I think they are stock, and this thing will go on the back of this thing. I have a lightweight trailer, mower, weed whackers, and all that stuff. I would take a couple mowers with me. The trailer's light, but I like it for the better gas mileage. It'll pull more weight, I'll get into that too. But the Harley back tire is literally right here. It's like a little bit indented right there from it. I've taken the Harley in this thing from New York to Pennsylvania, from New Jersey, where I got that one, in Cape May, New Jersey, to Pennsylvania. All these are like 2 to 4 to 5 hour trips with the Harley back here, sitting all of its weight on the tailgate. And as you can see, she's solid. I mean, it doesn't really do the drop anymore, you know, to slow down or whatever. I think that's in here and that's worn out now, but I'd like to fix that eventually because that was kind of nice. So it does slam down. I don't usually slam it, that was just to show you. But like you can see, there's no holes in the bed. When this bed's cleaned out, it actually cleans up pretty nice. I'm gonna take them stickers off the back of the bed there, and but the bed, or the tailgate, shuts good. The camera still works good. Back bumper's in good shape. Hitch works good. The trailer lights work good. This issue I had with it, where I opened it one time and it like popped out and wouldn't shut, and then it hit there. That was the first chip I ever got in this truck right there. It really upset me that day, just that little chip, because it had no chips in it now. And I was like, if you look around, it's got some chips. White isn't the ideal color, just I got a really good deal on this truck, so like it ended up being white. It's just the way it worked out. I like the look of it with the black Method wheels. They're Method grids, if anybody's wondering. 0 offset, and it just has TRD Pro suspension on it. It rides really nice. Those shocks I put on at 150,000 miles, and they came off of a TRD Pro with 15,000 miles on it pretty much. So hold on a second. So here it is, the infamous 3.5 liter motor that so many second gen owners want to just discount this truck completely for this motor, which is insane to me. I could clean this up in here. This battery has been in here. I even sprayed WD-40 down around there just so that doesn't rust. I'm pretty sure this battery has been in there since, 19. That battery is 7 years old. Haven't had a single issue with it. So this is all I've done to this truck. I'm just going to go over it really quick in this video right now, so anyone that's wondering will know, if you get to about this many miles, what kind of maintenance procedures am I doing, etc., like that. So I'm just going to go over the truck front to back and just tell you what I do to it. It's not a whole lot really. So I'm just going to start the motor. I change the oil with Motul 0-20 every 3,500 to 4,500 miles, depending on how I'm driving it, what I'm doing with it. If I'm harder on it, I change it at 3,500, etc. Like, I'm not going to get too crazy into details about the oil, but I'm pretty big into oil and everything. But anyway, so the air filters are K&N. I just clean it and I don't oil it, and I do that about every couple oil changes if it looks dirty. So that's that. Spark plugs, 150,000 miles, original plugs. They were still working fine. Put OEM plugs in it. Serpentine belt, 150,000 miles. It didn't look that bad, but I did it anyway, you know, just to, because it's how old with 150,000 miles at that point. That's pretty much it in here for the motor. But the one thing that I had a problem with that I was really kind of getting upset about, because I was like, oh man, I'm going to pull the transmission out of this truck. One day I pulled in a parking lot. It was at 208,000 miles. And I pull in this parking lot and I smell oil burning, like burnt oil. And I'm like, what is that? So I get out of the truck, look around. It's like barely any cars in the parking lot, and they're all almost brand new cars. So I'm like, that's weird. It smells like it's coming from my truck. I look underneath, it's oil dripping off everywhere under there. So I'm like, oh man, that's great. So I clean it all up, and here it's coming out of the rear main seal. There's like a little plastic cover there, excuse me, and it's dripping out of that onto the exhaust. It's all over the whole underneath. So I'm like, okay, well, it has to be, I don't know, the rear main seal's bad. So I looked up the part number. The rear main seal part number is the same. I did a little research on it. This wasn't the same day. This was in the weeks following that. I just kept checking the oil. You know, I had to keep driving. It's my main daily driver. So I just kept checking the oil. It wasn't even really getting low, but it looked really wet under there, and it was dripping a lot all over the place. So what I did was I looked into it a little bit, and the part number is the same from a first-gen V6 Tacoma the whole way up to this. So I was like, there's probably a very low, slim chance that this rear main seal is bad. So I was like, well, maybe it's building crankcase pressure up. So I popped the dipstick out of the hole like this. So here's your dipstick. It has an O-ring. So that's the whole way in. I popped it out just like this and sat it down in there just so the O-ring was just a little above there so it could breathe, and it cleaned the oil off. It stopped leaking. And I was like, huh. Drove it like that for a couple days, maybe a week. Thought about it more. PCV valve stuck. Got an OEM PCV valve, stuck it in there. Hasn't leaked a drop since. So if that happens to you, you should probably change your PCV valve every maybe 100,000, 50,000 area, depending on how much you want to do it. It's real easy. Take like this bracket off, and it's like, it really isn't hard at all. It takes maybe 15 to 30 minutes depending on how good of a mechanic you are. So that's something to keep into consideration and to really think about, because I've heard people replacing rear main seals in these things, and I honestly think that's probably what the problem was, because I don't think that these rear main seals could be an issue. You know, they've been making them for, it's the same part number as like a 1990 6 or 7 first gen Tacoma, Forerunners, everything. The V6s back then is the same seal part number, the seal itself, as this, I'm pretty sure. So long story short, replace your PCV valve. So other than that, I cracked the plastic oil housing doing the first oil change on it. Got a metal one, a Toyota OEM metal one, and that is it for the motor. Nothing has ever gone wrong. 0 check engine lights, 0 issues, never ran weird, nothing. So that's the motor. It's tuned. It's been tuned for 5 years now. So it's a 2016. So it's been tuned since 2020. That was when I could first find the tunes, you know, and it was Orange Virus 87 Performance tune was the tune I got on it. And the I have a 91 high octane performance tune 4.2 on the laptop, but I never put it on it because it ran so good with this one. I was just happy with it, and that's pretty much it. So I did put Uni ATV airbox filtered vents. I put like a pack of them. I did like 4 or 5 on the front here, and like 4 or 5 right there. You can kind of see them down in there. But and then when I did the tune, I put in, it had whatever, like a air intake on it or whatever on the tune. But that's all I did to it, and it runs great. This thing's got plenty of power, runs really good. The transmission has no delay. You floor it, it just kicks down like bam immediately. 25, 50, 80, whatever. You stomp it, it downshifts to the right gear and takes off. It's not like sluggish like it was. So that's the motor, and I like this motor. I'm a motor guy. If you ever watch my videos, I got motorcycles. I got Skyline 240s with 500 horsepower. I got 180SX. Like, I have tons of stuff. I got a Ford Highboy down there with a built big block in it. You know, that's kind of my thing, is I've always been around motors. And for me to be impressed by a V6 in a truck is, I would say, pretty impressive for me to be impressed by it, honestly. It's just a good motor. I like it a lot, actually. I'd pro charge the thing with 220,000 miles, and I trust it, honestly. I thought about doing it, which I might eventually if I'm not driving so far to work one day with this thing. But I'll go over my future plans for this in another video. This video is already going to get long enough. So, going from there, sway bar end links, one time, about 150 to 70,000 area, I forget. Brakes on the front, probably every, I would say 50,000 miles, but I'm hauling a trailer around and stuff too. So, that's it. Nothing else on the front. That's it. The back, shoes and drums, just because every 100,000, doesn't even need them. Front diff, transfer case, rear diff, all with, I think I used Redline. I just ordered some. Yeah, Redline, 8590 weight. And that I do every 50,000. Transmission, OEM Toyota ATF fluid, drain and fill, and that's it, just the 4 quarts. And I do that probably every 25,000 miles, but here lately I've been doing it more because I forgot about it for a while. So I've been doing that every probably 3 oil changes now. So about 9,000, I'd just say 10,000 miles every 10,000. I'm doing a drain and fill. It's not necessary, but I'm trying to get my fluid back to clean. I left it go too long. I left it go like fucking 100,000 miles probably. Forgot about it. But yeah, because I wasn't even sure you could change it at first, because you know it's like doesn't have a dipstick or whatever. So I didn't even realize. I thought it was like one of them transmissions you just never change it or never do anything with it. But then I found out you can do the drain and fill, so I started doing it, and that was over 100,000 miles. Honestly, I think it was 150 area when I started doing it. So I've really been doing it more lately, trying to get it clean, if that makes sense. So just do drain and fills, don't worry about it. Other than that, that's it. We're at the back of the truck. That's all I did to this truck, besides the Fox shocks and the wheels and tires and the tune. The rest of the truck's stock. One thing, I was going to show you the frame. I am in the Rust Belt, and a lot of people are probably thinking too, like, oh wow, truck looks nice on the outside. How's the frame look? Do you live in the Rust Belt or like Arizona or something? No, I live in Pennsylvania in the Rust Belt, and it's salty up here. It was bad this winter. Like, it's to the point this winter where I got tired of washing this thing. The end of the summer, I'm buying another off-road Cherokee. I'm going to drive that thing in the salt because I don't want to have to wash this thing this much. But I got this thing pretty clean, so I'll show you what the underneath of this thing looks like. It's pretty nice. Let's see if I have a flashlight. All right, here we are under the truck. Ooh. As you can see, it's hard to tell on video, but I did do fluid film a few times on this thing, and it still has some oil residue on it from when it was leaking, but some of that actually is fluid film, like all that wetness. But as you can see, there's nothing. I didn't ever clean it off, honestly. That's AC water dripping, but I never even cleaned it that good. I sprayed it under here with the car wash when it was done leaking oil. I want to clean that up better, but you can see the frame. It's hard to tell with this lighting, but this sucker, I mean, look at that bolt. This thing's like brand new. I wash this thing a lot in the winter. It has no rust or anything. Like, if I wanted to, I could clean this up, you can see how nice it is. Like, it literally would clean up to be like brand new looking still. It's hard to tell if this light makes it look worse, but it's really actually like brand new looking. I don't know how else to do it with this light, but there you can kind of tell what it looks like. But you can see by the bolts and stuff, like everything's holding up. The floor's really nice on it. The rockers, that's probably has some chips. They're chips actually on the rockers. But I got these tires and they pick rocks up. But there's the Fox shocks. And there's the end links I got, which I think I'm going to replace them now because I don't really like them, and I think they're starting to make noise again. So I'm going to replace them sway bar end links with some OEM ones this time. But they lasted me probably 50,000 miles. But the shocks, highly recommend. They are amazing. And I got them for, I think, $800 or $1,000 with like 15,000 miles on them. But you can't really see in here that good with this flashlight situation. I wish I had a better light, but you get the idea. This thing's clean. It's like a brand new truck still. This thing, I gotta get new clips for that. That thing's annoying. It keeps popping off. But anything you see on its dirt, it's not rust. Like, you can see I just wiped it. It's in good shape. And the inside's cavity waxed from Toyota, and all the plugs. That's the thing. If you didn't get that done, they put in the plug here, and I think the plug there, and there, and there maybe. Also did the sway bar relocation. It drops it down and moves it a little bit forward or back. I forget. I think forward. Maybe forward. Yeah, it looks like it moves it forward. That's so the sway bar clears the coil here, because it was close actually with it how it was stock in there. So anyway, that's basically it for this thing. I think for this video, I just wanted to do an update for you guys and show you like what the truck can be in 220,000 miles. And like, if I let people drive this truck or ride in this truck and ask them how many miles are on it, they usually are like they're like, oh, this thing probably is like a 2022 with like 35,000 miles on it or something. Like, no one knows, and no one has a clue that if I tell them it has that many miles on, half the people think that I'm just like bullshitting them, you know, because they're like, there's no way. But I can't wait to get this fixed, because I don't know, I like to be able to wax this thing, and you could imagine if that was right, how this thing would look with a good coat of wax on it yet. It's a nice looking truck. I really like this truck a lot, and I plan on probably keeping it for probably forever at this point. It's like the nicest, newest thing I ever bought. So, and it's been great. I mean, I don't think I'll get a 4th gen, honestly. I think I'll just probably keep this thing, put a purr charger on it. I'm getting the AT4s. I'll go over a couple little things I'm going to do to it just real quick. This video is getting kind of long. So I'm going to do the Duro bumps up front. I'm going to do Camberg upper control arms in the front, the X joint ones. And I'm doing AT4, what are they? AT4W Falcons, same size. Doing them this week, getting them through my work. And same wheels and the same shocks, just the upper control arms. And then I'm going to get that tab kit for the bottom that makes the tabs stronger, so I can actually keep my alignment, because I have been knocking my alignment out because I ramped this thing and stuff. Like, I'm hard on this thing. People think I baby it with the miles, and it's just not the case. Like, this thing, I don't like beat the living crap out of it, but I ain't afraid to catch air with it or take it somewhere, you know, and rally it through a field like 50-60 mile an hour. It's fun. But also the back, I'm gonna do the Archive Garage U-bolt flip with the bumps, and because the back will bottom out, and I'd like to do the Archive Garage hammer hangers and the Archive Garage shock relocation, and do like a 12-inch like Fox adjustable reservoir shock in the rear, and with the Archive Garage relocation. And I think that'll pretty much be it with this thing. This thing will be pretty dialed. I'm about to do all the oil changes with it here shortly too, and I'm going to flush the coolant for the first time ever. It might be the second time. I forget if I did it. If I did, it was a long time. So I'm gonna do all OEM everything in that, like I said, besides the diffs and the transfer case. But stay tuned, and I'll keep you guys updated on this thing. Unless I have any major problems, I'll probably just do another update video at around 250. So just stay tuned for that. And if I do get some of the mods to do this truck, right now I'm kind of just in a maintenance phase of it, just getting it up to date again, because I kind of left it go for 70,000 miles now. Last time I really did anything to it was about 150. So I will keep you guys updated on this thing, and also I might make a video once Toyota paints it. If they paint the whole truck, that'd be amazing. The quote already is $11,000. They're taking care of it for free, and they're giving me a 4th gen Tacoma to borrow until they're done with it. So I am very pleased and happy with Toyota. They've treated me great the whole time, ever since I owned this truck, and it's just been great. The whole experience of it, the truck, everything about it. I really can't say nothing bad about it at all, like literally. And that's crazy, because I've owned so many cars over the years, hundreds. I've sold them, bought them, and the best experience I've had so far, especially with any dealership, is Toyota. So I guess that's going to be it for this video, and just stay tuned if you want to see the future of this thing and where we go with it from here. Hopefully, the goal is I'd like to take this original drive line to at least 400 to 500,000 miles. It might be less than that if I pro charge it, but I don't see me doing that anytime in the near future. But like I said, I would trust this motor right now to pro charge it. So just stay tuned for that. And if you're not subscribed and you want to subscribe, that'd be great. And just like the video if you like it. If not, that's fine. And stay tuned for more updates on this and all my other project cars. This is like the only thing I have that's not a project. Alrighty, have a good one.